My name is Jamie.
My name is Corey.
My name is Reg.
My name is Garrett.
My name is Lewis.
My name is Brittany.
And
these are our confessionals.
How do you feel about parents using belts to punish their kids?
I think that I'll probably use punishment in that form with my kids because personally, the experience I had in third grade when I was getting in trouble a lot, my mom would actually promise me, she worked at the school that I was at, and she promised me that every day that I got my name on the board with 2 checks or more, that I would get spanked when I got home from school. And it lasted almost a half of a school year before she finally gave up on it. And she thought that I wasn't learning anything from it, and just looking back later on, I realized that even though I was still behaving badly in school, I still realized that I was learning something throughout that whole process. And I think it's important to be real with your kids, and if it comes down to that, maybe you can get through to them that way.
I personally don't believe in parents using belts to beat their children. My mom, she was from the Philippines, so she had a different method. She set out a newspaper and put a whole bunch of rock hard beans, I guess they were, on the floor, and she made me and my brother kneel down on them and carry a couple dictionaries in each arm until it was time for us to stop, which is usually when we drop the dictionaries. And I personally didn't like it, and I don't think it really was effective. So, I don't think I'll beat my kids when I have them.
Do you think it's naive to think that love for your family and faith alone can help you overcome potential obstacles?
No, I don't think it's naive. Personally, I think through God, all things are possible. So, as long as you believe in God and you have your family, I think you can do anything and you can overcome any of your obstacles. This is a great book.
Honestly, no, I don't think that it is naive to feel that way. I feel that it's naive to think that love and faith can protect you from anything, but I know of people that have been through some very hard times and they've been able to overcome some things that I don't know that I would be able to, but with love and faith in God or whoever you believe in, I feel that it is possible, and yeah.
Do you think that faith is something that can be passed on from one generation to the next? Or do you think that faith can sometimes be instilled too strongly in children, in turn causing them to turn away from it altogether?
I think faith and having faith or whatnot is a personal choice, but other things can affect it. Like, neither of my parents are very religious, so that kind of influenced me in the fact that I'm not that religious. But I have friends whose parents made them go to church every Sunday, and now they, have nothing to do with church or religion or anything like that. So I think it could go either way.
I think that your parents definitely have a big influence in everything you do. I know my mom was forced to go to Catholic school, and now she would rather stay home and clean the house on Christmas Eve while we all go to church. So I think it's an individual choice. It was never forced on me, and I kind of just found it by myself, and my parents were there to guide me through the way. So I think it's a personal decision.
How has your knowledge or lack thereof about your family background shaped your own self-image?
My dad was really adamant about his father being like the greatest man that ever lived. And there's constantly, I never met him. My granddad died before I was born, and I'm his namesake. And all I ever heard was stories about him and his days playing football at Carolina, so forth and so on. And it always made me want to be the next best guy in our family. My dad always said that I would be better than him, and he was better than his father. And my self-image was created at an early age. I was confident that I had a great family, and it made me just an overall better person, having learned so much from my dad.
I never knew a lot of stuff about my dad until my freshman year of college. I knew he had been through a lot, and I always looked up to him for making something out of himself, starting from scratch and everything. But it wasn't until my freshman year of college when he really was able to open up about what happened in his life, and it was so much more in depth than I had ever imagined, and it was just something we never spoke about because we knew it would upset him. So when he finally opened up about it, I mean, I was hurt that he didn't tell us, but I understood why it was hard for him to talk about it. So once he finally did, I mean, I just gained so much more respect for him, knowing how much he had been through and what he has become and what an awesome person he is. So I gained a lot of respect for him.
Do you think now in 2008, black people aren't as involved in the civil rights movement as they were in the past?
I don't feel that we as black people are as involved. For example, what we've learned about like Martin Luther King or Dr. Cleveland Sellers or people like that, that were so active and influential during that time period. I just don't feel that P. Diddy, although like Diddy now, and Lil Wayne and whatnot, I think those are our influential people in society now as opposed to back then. And I just don't feel that. I feel like sometimes we take for granted what they did and we don't really appreciate everything that they went through so that we can go to school and drink out of a water fountain that's like new or not beat up, and everything else that we just they had to go through. I feel like we sometimes take it for granted and don't always appreciate all the things that they went through.
I think they are, in a way, because, I go to USC, of course, a predominantly white institution, and as soon as you walk down sidewalk or whatever and you hear a white person say, nigger, a black person is ready to jump on their case. So I think black people still stand up for themselves. It's just that they're not as out as they were back in the 60s, 70s, whenever that was.
What do you think about interracial dating in today's society?
It's alright. It doesn't bother me.
Perfect. What do you think about interracial dating in today's society?
I think interracial dating is perfectly fine with me. Some people call it jungle fever. I call it love. My dad's black. He's from Haiti, and like I said before, my mom's from the Philippines. So they're obviously different races. So without interracial dating, I wouldn't be sitting here right now giving my confessional. So I think interracial dating is a beautiful thing because love is love. It's perfect.
Okay, I am perfectly okay with interracial dating. My boyfriend is black, and I dated black guys for a while. But I find that like people, they accept it and they don't accept it, and they say that they do, but we go places and black people look at us and white people look at us, and like people find out my boyfriend is black and they'll be like, oh, your boyfriend's black? Like, what do your parents think about that? But like my parents are fine with it, my friends are fine with it. I don't see it as a big deal at all. Some people do, some people don't. It's all what's okay with people and what's not.
Yep. Wow. Yep. It's your folks, Soldier Boy. Tell them I'm in the building. Everybody get on the dance floor. This girl got a thong. She finna shake it all night. Wow. Wow. She got a thong. She got a thong. She got a thong. She got a thong.